Well, hi there, I'm Fenwa.
I'm Lobst.
I'm Demo Weasel.
And a real driver knows exactly what's in his car. Welcome back to Vin Diesel's Wheelman for the PlayStation 3. It has been a while.
It has been a wheel.
So what we're looking at today is actually cut footage that we alluded to in the last video, whenever that one went up. These are some of the side activities that had to be completed in order to get A or S rank in every side activity in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I recorded all of them, but decided to cut it down to just these ones that are sort of the hardest or the gimmick ones out of that whole set. A lot of them center around this gang that you never see in the actual game, but you can kind of see what's going on with the driver of that car there once I get a little bit closer to it.
Imagine if you saw somebody doing what Mr. Diesel is doing here right now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And just like referring to
oh no.
referring to the act of opening the door, just sort of popping his head out.
Yep. Whoa, that was a extreme sudden stop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that mascot costume. This game is crazy.
For pretty much all of the mascot costume missions, they were the easiest ones to find out of my recording set because they were the ones that I had to retry the most. They are not easy.
Okay.
You have to be pretty much exact with like how quickly you take care of these or how quickly you do the other types of mission types because the time limit is very strict.
To be fair, like every game worth its salt makes you work for the pursuits, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy them pretty easily in Saints Row 3.
Well, I never said Saints Row 3 is worth its salt, so...
Oh.
So there.
Sick burn.
Oh, it's actually fine.
Yeah, it's alright.
Acceptable.
I bet you it is infinitely better than Agents of Mayhem.
I think that one died.
I bet it's better than the Wheelman.
Oh!
Personally.
That guy seemed very nonplussed.
Okay, so this character is called so it's like a panda character. Just like this wacky panda character in this game, but we call it the Sad Panda as a reference to this crazy show.
Whoa.
You might have heard of it.
It's called The Simpsons.
Yes. And like I said, there's nothing in the rest of the game that has these gangs in them. It is just pandas, and it is just in these exceptionally difficult side activities.
Oh, it's just pandas?
Yeah, it is the one panda model.
The national mascot of Spain, I believe? Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
I say that it's just pandering.
You would say that.
What does that one say?
Cart
Something
fry.
Cart fry.
Yeah. You know, the Cart Fry arcade game from Midway.
Is that real?
Yeah, you play as somebody who's frying carts.
Frying a cart.
Oh,
Yes.
Cart Life.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
Very depressing. Surprising to learn that was originally an arcade game in the 80s.
Yes. It was a remake.
Yes.
And now we're doing a taxi mission. These ones don't really have many high stakes. It's just get to the destination. I think this one just had the stingiest time requirement, and I wanted to have it one of every minigame type in this video, just to contrast what we saw earlier in the video with the mission that tutorializes what these look like.
Take me to the Fila store.
Take me to KFC.
Take me to the original Levi's.
Take me to church.
What are you, stupid? It's too bad your car can't jump.
Please, illuminate. What is this
Yeah.
gintlet that people are talking about?
Gintlet.
It's Gillette, please.
It's vodka
okay.
Gintlet. And I still am having trouble getting over it. Whoa, that guy's dead. How sort of barren these streets are.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that thing wasn't even moving and you ran into it.
There goes my S rank.
I keep thinking back to sort of games where driving fast is important, like Burnout, and how traffic is an actual sort of obstacle in that game and not just a thing that is kind of like, oh, I can very easily steer to the left to get out of the way of this thing. It's like,
For
the
what
faster
it's
you
worth,
go-
the advantage of games like Burnout is that they assume that you're going so fast compared to those other cars that they can all be really low poly vehicles. Whereas in this one, every one of these cars has to be one of the drivable assets.
Yeah.
Do the cars in Burnout switch to like a higher poly model when it goes to the crash cam or something?
I have to imagine that they do.
Yeah. I have to imagine it's super low poly when you're just boosting
Zooming
in
along.
the oncoming traffic on the freeway kind of thing.
That game's good. Burnout 3 and Paradise.
Burnout, better than Vin Diesel's Wheelman. You heard it here first.
I'm hoping that we get like some sort of a Burnout
New
in
Burnout.
original Xbox backward compatibility, but EA tracks. So
We can get Burnout Odyssey.
yes, Burnout Odyssey. You can capture other cars.
Oh, that's Driver San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what. Oh god, that is absolutely what that game is.
Yes, it is.
Ubisoft did it first.
Yep.
Rank A.
Okay,
Whoa.
what's
is this over-the-shoulder driving?
Yeah, so this is the minigame type where you have to rack up money by breaking things.
Mayhem.
I just decided to see if I could complete this in the first person, which in this particular vehicle does this like over-the-shoulder camera, as you mentioned.
Do the roadie run.
You are literally backseat driving here.
Yeah.
This
right.
is the only driving game I've seen that actually does this.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, no,
backseat
slow
drive.
down.
is it that important that we see Vin Diesel at all times?
Yes. You see the back of his head at all times.
Why
Well,
is it?
I can't remember for the other vehicles if it is a cockpit cam or if it's just a bumper cam, and I'm guessing that since this car doesn't really have a bumper, they just did this instead.
I just like how
Vin
everything...
Diesel's body does a good job of like hiding from view the dash model and how many or few polygons it has.
And I was going to say, I like how everything you are crashing into is clipping through the car.
Oh yes,
Everything.
that is the other reason why I did this.
I appreciate that he is completely emotionless. Yeah, like while doing all this crazy shit.
He's
think
not
that somebody
stopping for
would react.
directions, damn it.
But no, he's a real man.
Yeah.
He does not look at the things he crashes into.
Nope.
He only wonders, where do I go next?
Can you imagine being in the backseat of somebody driving and them jerking around like that every time they turn the wheel?
So you
Yes.
play damn good. Got everyone paying up, business going up good. But we can make it even better. You start hitting harder. You want to revisit those clients? Go ahead. See what happens when you really drop the hammer.
He has a
You've
medical
increased the
condition.
attack power of your vehicle. Is that, like, any vehicle that you're in?
I assume that
Yeah.
it's like cars in these games are so disposable, unless it's like very specifically. I know that the Saints Row games are pretty good about letting you keep cars. I've also been playing Mafia 3 recently, and that is pretty good about like keeping track of the car that you have, spawning it where you need it.
Do you continue to recommend that game?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I've only played up until after you've taken out one of the first bosses, I suppose.
Okay.
One of the first, like, regional bosses. But from what I've experienced, it is, like, stellar.
Okay. I
as far
just have
as-
the fear of it being Mafia 2 again.
Like, the open world is basically just, like, a place for you to collect things, which...
It's like LA Noir.
Yeah, for me, it's fun. For
I
my
don't
standards,
care.
I like completing lists
Yeah.
and doing things like that. So
I don't mind if the open world is a means to an end in a game. It's just the content that they want me to focus on has to be really good. And with Mafia 2, that was not the case.
I would say that this game would, or I would say that Mafia 3 would suffer without the open world, personally.
Okay.
Yes, so, hey.
Does Mafia 3 still have embarrassing Playboy centerfolds?
Sure does. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Playboy
no.
collectibles. Pick them up. Look at them.
Like
Oh,
games
these
at Playboy,
covers.
like sponsored.
These girls,
Yes.
they're so sexy.
Okay.
They are in Mafia 2 also.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess some sort of publishing agreement. I like.
Sure.
It's interesting in like sort of a from an outsider's viewpoint, I suppose, or like just like looking at how this stuff was presented in a historical way.
It's kind of weird to me that they have the brand name when they don't even have the actual sort of city of New Orleans as the setting.
Yeah.
That's what makes it a little weird to me. And in Mafia 2, it was not New York City.
It's weird that San Andreas has the song Alone in New York City.
It's weird that San Andreas has California Love.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the weirdest one.
Rank S.
So we're doing multiple race missions here just because I wanted to show off the goofy semi-truck one. But I also want to do this one because this is the one that has the Panda Gang in it. And they rough your car up good.
Yeah, I noticed.
It looked for a moment like the car that you're driving has a pearlescent paint job, but no, it's just.
I think it does actually. All
Really?
no. In the race side quests, the cars actually are pearlescent. It's just that this car's model is in such a way that it looks like that. So there is one advantage about these guys.
You can shoot them.
They have real big hitboxes on their heads.
Oh, so those aren't just masks.
Nope. Not as far as the game's concerned.
All right.
These are actual pandas. Panda people.
Yeah.
Pandaren, they're called.
And so if you can aim good, it's a one-shot kill. And then you have one fewer opponent.
The problem with that, though, is that you're Fenwa, and aim good is not part of your skill set.
That's
That is
right.
true. Not unless you're using a Wii remote.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
You aim with your arm.
Not unless you can turn it sideways like a real gangster.
Flip it turnways, dumbass.
For my part, I am no gangster.
That's
a
a
deep
callback.
cut.
Yeah. Hey, if you recognize that, good on you for actually watching our videos. Ha.
And I'm so sorry. Red Steel 1 is not great.
Yeah, definitely not. Red Steel 2, way
Neither
better.
the game nor our videos of it.
Yes.
Well, with the emergence of the new No More Heroes game, maybe we'll get a new Red Steel game.
That's right.
yes.
Red Steel 3 is going to be a sci-fi western.
Oh, so
Cowboy
like
western.
Space Cowboys.
Yeah, but also ninjas.
We'll get Red Steel 2 Ultimate Edition for Switch.
So you have a blaster and a lightsaber.
A lightsaber.
That's right. It's a blaster. It's a lightsaber, and then the alt fire causes the blade to just shoot out as a blast.
Oh man,
Ah, man. Don't tell George Lucas.
George Lucas doesn't work on those movies anymore.
All right.
That's great.
Also, you should go back and cut in 3, 2, 1, ass at the beginning
Okay.
of the the diesel truck.
I will do my best.
Do it.
And then just leave this section of the video completely blank as far as commentary is concerned.
Completely quiet.
That's right.
Just let the viewers soak in the ambiance.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing the thing.
You realize that you've talked about this for so much that now I have to do none of those things.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's fine.
I wanted to sabotage you.
All right. That's fine by me.
Sabotage.
No, this isn't Star
That's how
Trek
that song
either.
goes.
Well, whenever I attempt to sabotage somebody, that song is basically running through my head all the time. So,
It's for
good
the
on you
montage.
for calling that.
So
My
as you
own
can see,
personal
this race
montage.
becomes much easier when you have no opponents.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I did a lot in, I think that you can do that in Grand Theft Auto. Like, if you're doing a race with somebody, just blow them up. Mm-hmm. You win.
It's easier to do that in this game, though, because bullet time. Because
Excuse me, it's called Focus.
oh, I see.
Isn't that what it's called in Grand Theft Auto 5 also, when you're playing as Franklin?
Focus. Yeah, I think so. Actually,
Weird.
What's it called in Red Dead?
It's called Deadeye,
Yes.
Okay.
which I think is also what it's called in Gun. I played that game.
Well, I failed to kill all of the opponents, but I killed almost all the opponents.
You got an S.
Well, I got an S for placing first out of second.
You got an S for Slaughter.
That's right.
Up next,
We're in the car whose name has still eluded us, I believe.
Oh, the Spreadford?
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea.
yep. Let's focus on other things.
Yeah,
Let's focus
This
on the
car
mission.
is always going to be a mystery.
yeah, until somebody in the comments tells us what it means.
I can't remember what mission type this was.
Okay.
Apparently drive car and shoot people,
Yeah.
just
Let's
like
be
the other
real.
ones.
If I saw,
Whoa!
Okay, this is just the mission type where it's a point-to-point while you're being attacked. So it's basically like aggressive
Burnout.
taxi.
all right.
It's Burnout.
So,
Yeah.
so if I actually saw anybody in real life doing the cinematic like 180 and then drive
Turn
backwards,
car around.
like, let alone if somebody like if it was somebody that I was actually racing against, I would immediately think that I was out of my league, no question.
You just stop right there.
Yeah,
Okay, I should stop
Fuck
here.
this.
I'm not going to win.
I'm going home. I'm turning on some sort of streaming video service.
I'm just thinking about the part in Fate of the Furious where Vin Diesel's driving backwards, and I believe, I may be misremembering, but I believe there is one of those shots where, like, we need to have the character going faster, so we cut to them bumping the clutch,
Yes, that's right.
while in reverse, which I don't think cars can do that.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, that is like in the very first chase scene.
Yeah, no, that's the prologue of that movie, which is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
So-
Every Fast and Furious movie is great, except for
No.
4.
I disagree. But there's a let's see. There's nothing clever that they can do with the next movie because it's probably just gonna be called like Fast 9 or whatever, Furious 9, one of those two. But
And then Fast 10 your seatbelts.
yeah,
That joke that you made twice earlier in this Let's Play.
damn straight.
Okay.
And then I don't know.
You can't think of a word that rhymes with 11.
They should probably stop it at 10.
That's right. Otherwise, people will start to confuse them with Final Fantasy games.
Yes.
Oh yeah. See, it's called Final Fantasy Tokyo Drift in England, but in the United States,
Yeah.
it's called Final Fantasy USA, and then in Japan, it's called Wild Speed times 3.
Yep.
I think.
No, that checks out.
I forget exactly which Wild Speed Tokyo Drift is called. I think it's just Wild Speed Tokyo Drift.
Oh.
I like, see, which one's the one where they fall out of the sky in cars?
That is... oh gosh, 7.
7? Okay,
Yeah.
that one in Japan is called Wild Speed Sky Mission.
That's great. That's fantastic. I wonder if they take place in some greater Vin Diesel universe, like Marty McFly movies.
Well, actually, a board game I just bought recently has a Vin Diesel caricature as one of the thieves you're supposed to catch,
Nice.
and his
At this
name is
point-
Dom Diesel.
Makes perfect sense considering the
that's
popularity
canonical.
of that franchise. Also, really remarkable that this is apparently a successful run of this mission considering you have all 4 tires.
Yeah.
Hey, the tires just get in the way. Now the wheels can grip the road directly.
That's right.
It's
This is
nice
a
that the
secret
comp-
technique. Vin Diesel just pushed a special button in his car that caused the tires to grip even more.
Yeah.
I can't remember if the mission required me to stay in this vehicle or if I just chose to do that because it has so much armor.
This car should be smoking by now.
I think what happened was anytime I tried to switch vehicle, just the amount of time that I was slowed down while the new vehicle accelerated was enough time for it to get gunned down to the point that it was no better.
Okay.
Smash.
Yeah, so I come in here thinking it's a shortcut and it's not.
Is this where you lose?
No, that's where I went. I
Oh,
wouldn't
okay.
put in a video where I lose.
Sure.
So you hit the green checkpoint and all the people pursuing you go, "Aw, nuts." And they
Oh, we
leave.
got away!
Ooh, shake harder,
There you
boy.
go.
My panda boss is going to be very mad at me.
That's right.
This is a car where you can't get shot at a lot in. Or wait, if you get shot on a motorcycle, does
It
Vin
hurts.
Diesel health go down, or does motorcycle health go down?
Vin Diesel health goes down. I mean,
Okay.
both, depending on if they shoot you or the vehicle. It's the same way when you're in cars. Like,
Oh, really?
I was in the red a bunch there
In
during
cars.
that mission. Yes,
Yes.
we are not safe in cars.
You got the potato.
Here, my dog.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
feel
this is.
safest
You remember
in
Hot
the fall.
Potato?
What's the justification for like this briefcase being hot and having to deliver it within a very short amount of time?
Isn't
Do
there
you
a
have a
bomb
time
in it?
limit? Because it's a video game.
Oh,
Like
right.
it makes me think of the missions in Mirror's Edge Catalyst
Yep.
where somebody is
We need you to deliver this plant. I can stay here for 10 hours, but as soon as I give it to you, you have 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Is that game any better than the first Mirror's Edge?
That game is super good. Like as far as like the actual play mechanics are concerned, I ended up really enjoying it. Playing through it multiple times. As far as the story is concerned, it is complete garbage.
Oh yeah, I mean the first game story was also garbage.
This is garbage on a completely different level. I'm weirdly fascinated by it for like obscure like lore reasons, but in sort of a morbidly curious way. And I'm also sort of disappointed that I guess there's like that's probably going to be the end of the Mirror's Edge franchise.
Did not sell well.
I believe it did not sell well. I remember hearing that the voice actors were like called back for some. All right, great.
Hurricane Diesel.
So you don't. There's no jump button in this game.
Oh, whoops.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
Oh, my one true enemy. If only you could get to that opening over there.
If only I could like mash the get in car button and just have the game arbitrarily put me in a vehicle, but no.
Ideally, like there would be no jump button, but you'd be able to melee your way out of any situation. So you'd be able to just like kick the walls
Punch
down.
out. Yeah.
And you still got an A!
Congrats.
That's right. Well, I got 3 of the 4 packages, so it still counts.
All right. Now for shoot bang missions.
Nope. This is actually another hot potato mission.
Oh.
You just start on foot?
I left this one in. Yeah, I left this one in because it's this mission.
It's a hedge maze.
That sure is foliage you're running past.
Yep.
Yeah, those green
those
blocks
leaves.
that are barely textured.
And yes, this is actually a hedge maze.
It's like Brain Dead 13.
Look at that! Look at the minimap. Like they didn't have the maze go all the way out to the edges.
No. It's like a worse version of one of the mazes in
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Oh, you don't even get in a car. This is just run around hedge maze and take it from one end to the other.
Every time you're taking it from some point in the hedge maze back to the center, which means you have to like keep in mind mentally the path that you took to get to the package, because you have to unwind yourself back to the starting area.
Are you doing the hug the left wall thing?
It doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Geometrically, like, there's too many dead ends for that to work.
Oh, I see.
And also, there's multiple exits, and every package is in a different location.
Oh, that sucks.
And even though you can see exactly where the package is, both in terms of the minimap and the glowy on the screen, it doesn't actually help that much at all with actually figuring out where it is in relation to you.
So
my
again,
God.
It's right next to the starting area, but
Yeah.
I have no idea what
go around to get
the
it.
possible like narrative justification could be for this. This is completely ridiculous. What we're seeing here right now.
I will say it is more creative than just get in car and go from point A to point B.
No, we're getting on foot and go from point A to point B.
Yeah, no.
Vin Diesel's the running man.
Yeah. Have
Also,
they remade that movie
I
yet?
tried shooting the lion that was in there, but like, I think you need to be in a vehicle to take those things out. And I don't know. I guess you're supposed to like get a vehicle in here, maybe a motorcycle or something, and do that.
That sounds awful.
But
You
even
mean
if
you
you take
didn't
a
get all the
motorcycle in here, you
collectibles?
still start on foot.
Oh,
I think. Gosh, I don't think I ever tried. Maybe.
so
maybe
you
this
Now
just
could've
you have
been
a
way
bonus
easier.
video to make.
No.
you didn't get all the collectibles. How unfortunate.
I'm so sorry.
Proud of you.
Oh, you're unproud of me. That's the worst.
That's right. It's completely different from being disappointed.
So here, you mentioned that you like filling out checklists earlier, Lobst.
Yes.
Is there a game where you feel bad for getting all the stuff on the checklist? Like, man, that wasn't worth it. Like, what's the one game?
I always get like some sort of satisfaction from like filling out a list.
Okay.
But like I'm growing disheartened disheartened by the notion of achievements, just in general, just like arbitrary tasks that in many cases require you to completely change the way you play in order to just like fill out
Achievement
entries.
list.
Yeah, just like entries on the list. Like I'm experiencing that when I'm playing Prey,
Like what? Do you have a specific example that isn't like story related?
There are 2 upgrade trees in that game.
Yes.
With like human and alien powers, basically. And I decided to go like completely alien.
I went completely human.
Yeah. So.
By the way, this is the mission thing where you have to take down the enemy vehicle, and the enemy vehicle is very fast.
Okay.
Then I'll be quiet. We're talking about a better game.
That's right.
Sorry.
Okay, so in Prey, what I'm finding is that the game seems to be spec'd for you to at least have some human powers at some point.
Oh, really?
Case in point, my inventory is very small. Also, I can't hack or do like.
See, yeah.
Like all sorts of different exploratory stuff completely locked away from me. I think they're like expecting you. Or they're expecting the average player, since you're not introduced to the alien tech tree until much later, they're like expecting the average player to do either a like mix and match playthrough or a human only playthrough before going completely alien.
Right.
For me, like one of my big things is like wanting to discard my humanity like a ragged dish towel, essentially. Also, this
That's
video's over. Huh? How about
Yeah.
that? Whoops. Anyway.
So we will see you next time on Vin Diesel's Wild Man.
Yes.
That's right.
Look forward to it.
Look for all those wiles.
Please look forward to it, Bao Bao.
All right.